Hello, friends. How are you? Good evening, everyone. Jump on, jump on. I'm happy to be here. So let me know if you see me and hear me okay, guys. Let me know if you see me and hear me okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Luz Evans here at Larif. Jump on. We're going to be working on this beautiful bunny tonight. So I really hope that you like this project enough to get the pattern, which is already available in my Etsy shop. If you look in the description of this video or in the comment section, hi Steph, how are you? You will see a link, guys, that if you click on it, it's going to take you right straight to my shop where you can go purchase this sewing pattern, okay? The project we're working on tonight requires sewing. Now, I saw some comments saying, well, I don't sew or I wish I could sew. Guys, let me tell you something about the patterns that I do. All the patterns that I do can be turned into a no sew or sew project, okay? So it's up to you on how you want to use it. Hello, Debbie. Hi, Marty. Hey, Mary. Sharon. Hello. Did you see my comment, Sharon? So I applied your member discount, okay? So thank you so much for letting me know. All right. How is everyone doing? Is everybody doing okay? Are you ready to start crafting tonight? This is what we're working on tonight, guys. I really hope that you like this beautiful bunny. It's adorable. It's beautiful. I'm going to show you how to add certain touches to it so you can make it more beautiful, so it can be emphasized. If it can emphasize certain features of the bunny, and you're going to learn today how we can put a little doll together from scratch, okay? Now, let me tell you, hi, hello, everyone. So let me tell you guys that because of sake of time, right, we're doing live, I don't show you how to sew things. I'm assuming that whoever is getting this pattern already has some sort of basic knowledge on how to put something together. These patterns are very simple. They're not very complicated. If I have to say that there's something complicated, if anything, I think it's complicated, but the hardest part of getting something like this is just putting it together, okay? But once you know how to do it, then the rest is easy, guys. There's nothing complicated about the characters that I create, except some things that we do in our group. Those do require a little bit more work, but this is very basic. So I really hope that you like it enough to get this pattern. And we are about to get started on working on this cute little bunny. Also, for those of you that are interested in knowing, okay, sometimes I forget about it. I do a kind of like a bad job on that because sometimes I just get into describing what the item is. So when you read the item description on Etsy, friends, I typically, okay, I'm not saying on every single thing that I list, but mostly lately, I'm trying to get better at giving you sizes on the finished item, okay? So on the description of this item, you're gonna see that I did add um, the measurements of the bunny, so you can have an idea of how big it is once you start creating it in, somewhat what the size would be once you finish it, give and take, okay? Because everybody sews differently, everybody stuffs differently, and so forth. So just keep that in mind. But I do give you an approximate measurements of what the ending size of the bunny will be, or any item that I give you, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, Leticia. How are you, honey? Thank you so much. Yes, he's definitely adorable. This guy is super cute. It's perfect for a table, as you see it. You can put it also on some kind of display on a table, somewhere in your home, in a bedroom for a kid, some baby decor, etc. Okay? So you decide how you want to use it. You can also give it to somebody as a gift. Maybe put some chocolate, like a chocolate bar holding or some sweets, so you personalize it in any way, shape, or form, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. The pattern is really easy. I don't think that there's much that needs to be explained about it, but if you have any questions, let me know and I will be happy to go over it, okay? So let's go ahead and then get started on creating this cute little bunny, okay? So let me go ahead and give you the view from above. And let's go ahead and get to work on this cutie. This is what it's going to look like. and we are about to start putting it together so you can see how this is done, okay? So I'm gonna put it here to the side, and we're gonna start working on, let's go ahead and start working on the body, okay? And I'm gonna show you how you are gonna close it. So this is the little section of the body, okay? Now, when you do stuffing on these little parts of your pattern, guys, I want you to do a firm stuffing. Now, this is plush, okay? So it's gonna be firm, but it's not supposed to be hard as a rock, okay? So don't overstuff your pieces. Just make sure that they don't have wrinkles. If they have wrinkles, that means you need to add a little bit of more polyfill. So it's gotta be firm, but yet it's gotta be soft to touch, okay? Now, the material I'm using is Sherpa. This is Sherpa fabric. Now, you can also use regular fleece fabric. You can also use felt, okay, if you wish. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Or you can use any other kind of fabric if you wish. Okay, now the texture might be different. The look might end up being a little bit different. Okay, but the look overall should be the same. Okay, because we're not changing patterns, we're just changing materials on it. And that is if you wish to use anything else other than Sherpa. So I'm gonna get my needle, you guys, and I'm going to close the bottom of this bunny. On your pattern, I put a little line on the sections that you are supposed to leave open, so you can turn the pieces on inside out and stuff them, okay? So this one, we have it towards the back, little opening, okay? And now I'm gonna take my fabric, my needle, and I'm gonna close this up. Now, the way I close this up, guys, you are also going to apply this to the arms and the legs of the bunny. It's a repetitive process. Same, Max, quit messing with my camera, baby. Same process, just different part of the bunny's body, okay? But, yeah. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Baby, you cannot be moving this around. You need to move. Go outside for a minute. Come on, go. Go. I cannot be like this, honey. Go. Go lay down there. There. Go lay down there. Stay there. Stay. Stay. No, Max. No there. Go. Go. Go, please. Sorry, guys. I have my doggy here. He is my shadow, so he follows me everywhere. If I get him out and close the door, he will be crying. It's not going to be fun. Okay. So I'm going to close this up, guys. Now, let me tell you, Sherpa fabric is very forgiving, okay? So on this one, with the Sherpa fabric, you don't have to worry about making a pretty looking stitch, okay? I'm just doing something very basic and something very quick. And the Sherpa texture, okay, the texture of this fabric will hide my stitch, okay? So I don't have to worry about looking ugly or looking messy. I just need to close it up and you won't be able to see it because of the texture of this fabric. So now that I have done that, guys, I'm gonna finish it up. See how easy that is? So I'm gonna give it maybe 1 or 2 knots. 1, 2 knots, okay? And then I'm just gonna send this to anywhere on the bunny. I'm gonna pull and I'm gonna cut it. Okay, and the reason I do it that way is so I don't see any ending of the thread when I cut it off. Okay, so that's why I pushed it inside and then I cut it and it will shrink and it won't be seen. Okay, so this is how we're gonna finish that up and we're gonna also do. I'm gonna show you a leg and I'm gonna show you the leg because we're gonna add wire to this. Okay. So this is my little bunny leg, and here's the little opening. Now I'm gonna close it the same way I did the body, but before I do that, I'm gonna add some wire to it, okay? So now the wire, the reason I like to add wire, guys, it's because if I want to like move those legs, if I want to expand them or bend them or moving around, I'm able to do that, okay? So I'm gonna get some wire. I'm gonna cut a piece. And I'm going to do a fold on the end of this piece, okay? How is everyone doing? You're new to my page, Trina. Well, thank you, hon. Welcome, welcome. I really hope that you keep on coming back for more. I try to go live once a week. So even though this week, guys, I'm gonna try to do it also a live on Friday. I'll show you what the next project will be. Okay, so I did a fold, okay, on the end. Why do we do this, guys? You know why? Because sometimes, well, not sometimes, normally the ends of wire are sharp. So if this pushes against your fabric and it happens to get out, it's going to be sharp. It can cut you, okay, cut the person or whatever. So to avoid that, to avoid this wire getting out of the fabric and so forth, we do the fold on it, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this to the inside of this leg, and I'm going to move it around, okay? And I'm going to send it to the very end of this part of the leg, okay? And right here, guys, I'm going to first see where this is going to go. This is going to go. I need it to go there, okay? So it needs to be going this way and then like that. Right now it's just like that because I haven't folded, okay? Or bend it. But what I want to do is kind of like figure out like how much I need to bend here. So I'm going to get it up, and right here, I'm going to do a fold, okay? And this is just so I can have a better fit on here. You see what I'm saying? Because if not, it would be kind of like in diagonal, and I don't want it like that. I want it to have better stability. So I want it to go straight like this, okay? So now that I have done this bend here, I'm gonna stick it back, okay? And I'm just gonna push it all the way down, and now it's straight, okay? So here's my little leg. Here's my wire that goes straight to the corner and then up. Now that extra, I don't need it obviously, so I'm gonna cut it. And just how we did a bend on this, we're gonna do a bend on this other end, okay? So it's gonna go like that. And I'm gonna push this inside. And now I'm ready to close it, okay? Now, do you need to do this wire? No, but I'm gonna do it because I like to sometimes bend those items. Now, you're gonna apply it also to the arms. Now, the arms can be optional. Both of these of this step, guys, of the addition of the wire is completely optional. If you don't feel like you want it, if you don't want to have flexibility on both arms and legs, then don't add the wire, okay? You can skip that step. I do it because, I can always add things to it to hold, or maybe the direction of the legs and so forth. And I always think that it's best if you add it. Unless you absolutely know exactly what you want and you don't think you need it at all, then don't even worry about it, okay? So one more knot. So I'm gonna send it inside to the bunny, just anywhere inside the leg, okay? And cut it. And that's just so you won't see the knot, okay? All right. So now that's assuming that I already have both legs done. Now I repeated the same thing with the arms or the hands. The only difference is we're gonna do a sculpting section here on the paw to have the division or separation of the little fingers, okay, or claws, or however you call it, paws, whatever name you want to give it. So see the difference? Now you can leave it like this completely. You don't need to worry about doing anything else if you don't want to. But I like to add this to add a touch of little something, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how we're gonna do that. So with your thread, again, it's really hot in here, you guys. Okay, so good knot on the end. Okay, and then you're gonna start. We're basically gonna do 2 points. Okay. Now you can, if you want, you can put a couple of pins, guys, like that, so you know where those 2 points are gonna go, and we're gonna get 3 fingers or 3 toes, okay, or whatever you want to call them. So you can take a marker and you can put like a little dot and then you can remove the pin so you don't pinch yourself, okay? Me, I kind of like, I'm gonna eyeball it, okay? So I don't need to do that, but that's just a little tip for you to do if you feel you need to mark them ahead of time. So I'm gonna start from the bottom, what the bottom would be. So here's the opening that you cannot see, but that was the opening that I closed, okay? So from the bottom, I'm gonna send my needle from the bottom to the top. And I'm gonna repeat this process like maybe 2 to 3 times, okay? Because I wanna create some kind of dimple or depth in here. And every time that I'm doing this, I'm pulling a little bit on this thread. And that will help me kind of lock it, okay? All right. So I'm gonna now look at what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna bring this thread over, okay? Thread over. So this is gonna go like that. I'm gonna set my needle back again to the bottom. And when I pull, see what it's doing? So it's creating this little section here, okay? I'm gonna hold it here with my fingers while I lock it, okay? And I'm gonna repeat this maybe 2 or 3 times until it locks. Now remember, this is Sherpa fabric, so you're gonna see some of it, but not completely cleared or defined because it's texture. The fabric is texture, but you can also see it a lot more when you do fleece or some fabric that doesn't have any texture like the Sherpa does, okay? So now it's locked there, but to make sure, I'm going to add a little knot on the bottom, okay? So right here, I'm just gonna secure my stitch just to make sure it's not gonna come apart. And I'm gonna repeat, guys, the same process on the other end, okay? So from where I'm at, I'm gonna send my needle to this other section, okay? And I'm gonna repeat it here. Let me do this because I lost this. So back and forth again, and we're gonna repeat the same thing, okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna bring my thread, okay, over like so. I'm gonna hold it with my finger, and then I'm gonna repeat this in and out, 2 to 3 times, maybe 3 to 4 times, until it locks it, okay? Until it locks it. Let me make sure I'm not gonna lose this. And this will give it a little something, a little extra. They're not gonna look just fatty anymore. They're gonna have a little division in there, okay? So I think it's good. I'm gonna finish it off, okay? I keep on losing this thread. I'm losing this thread. Okay, so I think I'm need to go back to the back, okay? To the back, which is this one. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna do the knot so I can finish it off, you guys. Okay, and then I'm gonna again send it anywhere. Okay, send. This is just keeps on getting outside, getting out, you guys. Sorry about that. And then I'm blind too. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully that's the last thing I gotta do. Okay. I'm going to close it, cut it. Okay. And so now I have both of my little hands like this. You see them? So these are both of my little arms. Done. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and talk about this little face for a minute. And I'm gonna need needle again. Okay, so here's the little face. Here's the opening in the back. Okay, your pattern has that mark. Okay, so on here, guys, what I want to do is I want what sort of kind of a little bit of what we did to the arms, the hands, but we're gonna add a little depth for the eyes of this bunny. Okay, and so I'm gonna bring the eyes first because I want to know where what I am trying to do should go. Okay. So now keep in mind this bunny is not going to have anything big above the eyes, except it's going to have a piece of white boa and it's going to have the ears on the back. Okay. But anyway, what I am after is I'm trying to decide where they're going to go because I need to do a few things here, a couple of things here. So I'm going to put a pin there and a pin there. Okay. And so what I'm going to do here, guys, and this I can mark it just so I don't lose track of that, okay? So I'm going to take a little marker. I'm just going to use a yellow one because it's light and I can see it. You might not be able to see it, but I'm seeing it, okay? So I'll remove this so I don't pinch myself. And I'm going to do kind of what I did with the arms, okay? So I'm gonna use this big needle, even though if you have a very small sewing needle, don't use that because you might struggle on, I mean, you can get it done, but you might struggle with sending it, with going through it because it will be too short. So get yourself a doll making needle, okay? These are 4 inches in length, okay? You can buy them from Walmart, Hobby Lobby, or any kind of crafting store, fabric store. If they have a section where for sewing, you can find those anywhere. Okay, this is not hard to find. Okay, I have bought some at Walmart and I have bought some at Hobby Lobby. But I'm gonna use this because it's a chunky face. Okay, so I don't want to struggle with my smaller needle. Okay, but what I'm gonna do from the back, okay, I'm gonna send my needle to that first point. Doesn't matter which one. Okay. Oh, and separation is maybe about a couple of fingers in between both points, okay? So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be going back and forth with these 2 points. Now remember, I'm only doing this so I can create a little bit depth for those eyes, okay? So see what happens? I'm creating like a dimple there, okay? And it's already locked. And by being locked, I mean that if I pull on my thread, it stays already down like that, okay? That's what I mean. Okay, so now that I have done that, guys, look at what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna send this is my thread, you see it? I'm gonna send it over to the other side, okay? So I'm just gonna send my needle to the back and I'm gonna pull, okay? And when I pull, it's gonna create that, you see how it's bringing this down? I want that. Now, if I let go, it's gonna come undone, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull, make sure that it's down, and with my 2 fingers, I'm gonna help myself with it to keep it down, okay? And that will give me a chance to go back and forth until I lock it, okay? So I'm gonna pull. Oh, by the way, when you do this, guys, you need to use a thread that is resistant, okay, to pulling. So you can either use a heavy duty or you can I use upholstery thread, okay? That's my favorite thread to use, okay? Because look, for obvious reasons, I pull and nothing happens to it. It won't break, okay? So I'm gonna pull and with my fingers, I'm gonna squeeze this so I can keep that depth, okay? And as I'm going back and forth, I'm gonna keep on pulling the thread, okay? I'm gonna pull the thread, okay? Like so. I don't wanna lose track of that. And it will take me a little bit, a few more times to do this until it's locked. So see right now, it's almost locked. It's still coming undone a little bit. So it might need like maybe 2 more, okay? Just going back and forth until it's not coming undone when you pull on this thread, which is there, okay? So now I have that. You see it? So that creates depth, okay? Depth for these eyes, like so. So instead of being floating around like they were before, Now they're gonna go down a little bit, okay? And that's how I want them. So they're gonna go like that. So I'm not sure if you notice there's some depth there, right? That's what I want. Okay. So now I'm gonna lock this. I'm on the back, right? Let me lock this just to make sure this is not gonna come undone. Okay, and now I'm just gonna send this to anywhere on this face. I'm gonna pull and I'm gonna cut. Okay, and it's hidden. That knot is not seen. Okay, all right. So now that I have done that, I'm going to now glue the eyes. But before I do that, I'm gonna add a little bit of color to this. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my makeup. So that's a little bit of sculpting on the face, you friends. If you have never done that, that's part of sculpting faces. Now I have taught that in my group. My ladies in my group, they know how to sculpt faces. They know how to make noses, how to take care of the eyes, how to do mouths, smiles. We use different materials for that. We have worked multiple projects in our private group using this technique and creating more elaborate faces on those. So this is just blush, guys, regular makeup. Just get a soft brush, okay? So you can apply as much or as little color on this. All right, so now that I've done enough on here, so I'm gonna bring back the eyes and I'm gonna glue them. Now, the pattern, guys, does not include these eyes. Those are sold separately, okay? Those are sold separately. So I'm gonna do it right there. I'm gonna hold it. And I'm gonna do the other one right there too. Oops, I already did the glue on this one. Let me clean it real quick. That will go there. Yeah, I applied a little bit of glue outside and that eyelash is being glued there. Let me see if I can undo it real quick before it goes dry. Okay, and apply pressure on both our eyes. Okay, and so that's what it looks like. Look at how pretty. Now you see that there's depth. I mean, there's depth in there. They're not just floating. Okay, there's depth because of that step that we did here. And what that also does, guys, for this face is when we apply the nose looks like it's floating. And that's the part that we want to look as it's floating on this face. It's going to stand out a little bit more. Okay. Now, I like to add color to those eyelashes. I think that it adds a little bit more depth and it makes them stand out a little bit more. I think it sets them off. So I'm gonna add a little bit of color here. Give me a minute. So what do you think? Look hard to do, Barb. They're super easy, dear. Super easy. These eyes are super easy to do. They're super easy to do. You won't struggle making them at all. Nothing that I make, guys, is complicated. Like I said, sometimes some of my projects that we do in the group, it's not that they're complicated, they're just more elaborate. They require uh, more work, okay? But it's not complicated. They just need more steps because they're bigger projects. But in our group, we teach doll making, like structure of the dolls, everything you do, whether they're sitting dolls or standing dolls or the mechanics of doll making, what materials you use for them to stand or to um, or to whatever, hold something or stand or whatever they need to be doing. Okay, you see what I was telling you? You see how pretty that looks? Stands out. It makes the color of the eyes stand out. Charlena, you get them all in my Etsy store. So if you go to the link there, that will take you to my store. It will take you to this pattern, but it also takes you to my store. Type in resin eyes, and it's gonna show you all the variety of eyes that I have there. So it's gonna show you a tutorial if you need to learn how to make them. And then I also have bundles of different eye templates that you can choose from. So I have, I don't know how many varieties of eyes there that you can buy. Okay. All right, friends. So now let's go ahead and talk about the nose. Okay, this nose right here. It's a circle and we're gonna sew this little nose. Let me load some thread because I run out. Now, if you want to use foam sheets for these, for the nose, guys, you totally can. Now, because this is sewing pattern, I decided to do a nose that you can sew, right? But you can definitely just make a heart with a piece of foam sheet or even felt. Also, you can do it, and you can just glue it there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a round nose. We're gonna stuff it. It's gonna look like a little ball, like a little ball. All right. So we're just gonna do a gathering stitch around this little piece, you guys. Gathering stitch all around. So tell me what you think. How are you liking this? It's coming along nicely, isn't it? It's coming together nicely, you guys. Super cute. I really hope that you take advantage of this pattern and make this cute little bunny. By the way, you can also turn this other pattern into a bee as well, you guys. You just change the colors, give the body some stripes, and this can turn into a bee. You can give it some antennas with some pipe cleaners and pom-poms. This can definitely turn into a bee or ladybug, gingerbread. Okay, so I'm gonna stuff this with a little bit of polyfill, you guys. Won't require too much, okay? Won't require too much. Sure, absolutely, Deborah. Thank you, hon. Absolutely, friends. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you what our next project will be, okay? Okay, guys, so now that I have this, I think I need a little bit more, a tiny bit more, a tiny bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull, and this is what it's gonna look like, okay? So I'm gonna secure this. If I can get to my needle. Okay, another knot just to make sure it won't come undone. And on that one, I don't care that the knots are seen because it's gonna be the back and the back is gonna be glued, okay? All right, so now that's all I'm gonna do there. And this is gonna go here, okay? Now, the only other thing I'm gonna do, guys, is before I do this nose, I wanna take care of the whiskers and I wanna do also a little line here for the mouth, okay? So for the mouth, I'm gonna use black thread, or in my case, I'm using crocheting thread, okay? You can also use regular thread, except that if you use regular black thread, guys, you need to give this a little bit of maybe twice and use a double and do it twice, okay? Now this one is crocheting thread, so I'm just gonna do it once, but it's double, okay? So, and I'm gonna start from here because the knot will be hidden by the nose, okay? Like that, and then I'm gonna do it like this, okay? This is how it's supposed to look, okay? So I'm gonna send it to the back. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm somewhat straight, okay, on the very bottom, okay, and then I'm gonna send this back to that same spot, okay. I'm not gonna pull too hard because if I pull, remember this fabric is textured, it's gonna hide that line. I don't wanna hide it, I wanna be able to see it, okay. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's firm, but it's not hidden. I'm not gonna pull too hard. I don't wanna hide it. And here, I'm just gonna secure it, okay. Just gonna make a quick knot so it can stay in place, okay, and I can just cut the excess. All right. Now the whiskers, friends, I use same of the same kind of fabric. You can also use no fabric thread. You can use crocheting thread. You can also use wire, or you can use this thread that I normally like when I do my dolls. This is upholstery thread. It's black in color. You can use brown. You can use colors, okay, different color. And so what I did is I got like cut like 4 different strips of that, okay? And then I made a knot in the center. That's just because it's easier for me to handle if I have something to hold on rather than having just loose pieces, okay? Now this is uneven and I don't care right now. I can cut it once it's on, once it's placed, okay? So I also, another tip that I give you is I iron this because if I just unroll it, right, from the thread spool, it's gonna curl up. I don't need it curly, I want it straight. So I iron it and you can use your hair. If you have like a hair iron, you can do it with that or with a regular iron or even with a steamer, okay? So just make sure that it's a little straight. It's not just curling up like a regular thread would be when you get it off the spooler, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay it on top like this, okay? And then I'm gonna apply glue to the nose. Let me add color to this nose too. And then I'm gonna glue that right on top of my pieces that I already have there in place. Oops. So I'm gonna add a little bit more color to this nose. I mean, it's already pink, but I wanna have a little bit more color. All right, so something like so, okay? And so now that is gonna be glued on top of those pieces. It's gonna go like that, okay? So let me add the hot glue. And I'm gonna face this because I wanna know where this nose is gonna go. And while that glue is still hot, I'm gonna move this around so I can find the placement I like, okay? And so like that would be good. And this is what it's gonna look like. You see how pretty? And now at this point, I can cut these. Okay, and now that's my bunny. Isn't that cute? Look at how pretty this is, you guys. Now, guys, you can also make, even just with this head and the ears, you can make some picks. If you're doing floral arrangements, you can create one of these, maybe a couple, or you can make different sizes of this. Put a pick on it, give it a bow right under here, and you can use them as picks on your floral arrangements. Super cute, okay? You will love them. Look at how pretty it is already. Isn't this sweet? Look at that. Looks so tender, right? So sweet, very cute. Okay, so now let's start putting this together, shall we? So, oh, let's go ahead and do the ear. Okay, so this ear, I already have it done, okay? Now, Sherpa. I'm using, guys, for this extra touch, you can also use fabric. I'm using foam sheets, okay? But you can also use fabric. You can use any pattern of fabric. If you look the diamond pattern, you can do that, or a floral or polka dots, whatever, okay? You can do that. In my case, like I said, I chose to use foam sheets, okay? Or if you don't want to do that, just how I added the color to the cheeks here, you can also do it to the ears on this section. It will look so pretty. It will look so natural. So I'm going to show you an example. Like I made this bunny inside our group. This is a different pattern, different technique. okay? But see the difference? I did this with the makeup, and look at how natural it looks, okay? So you can do the same to these ears if you want to, okay? But super, super cute. Okay. All right. That's just to give you an idea of what else you could do if you don't want to use an overlay on these ears. Okay. Now um, I want to add wire. Now, if you don't want to add wire, if you want something like what I just showed you, you can just put this here like that. Now, these are long, okay? So you're gonna have to decide if you like them this long or you can shorten them a little bit. But if you wanted something like what I just showed you, you can just do it like that. But the one that I made, I did it like so. It's gonna be the whole ear, okay? So I want wire for this. So I'm gonna bring my wire and I'm gonna do, it's gonna go around like that. It's gonna go all the way around because if I just do a single, you can, but you know, it's not gonna look as full, okay? But I'm gonna get my wire, okay? And I'm gonna stick it in there. Now, obviously, I cut a very large piece, okay? You don't, you don't need it to be that large, okay? But what I'm gonna do is right here, I'm gonna open my wire because I wanna make sure that it's covering the whole ear, okay? Like so. And here, now I'm gonna bring these two together and I'm gonna twist it around like so, okay? And I'm gonna cut the excess, okay? Now, this is too long, obviously. I don't need this much length on here, okay? So it's gonna look something like that, okay? And now here, I'm gonna do a gathering stitch on here too. Now you can just glue them, but because this piece is bulky, it's best if you do a gathering stitch on here to bring it together on the bottom, friends. Okay, and you can do both together, okay, both pieces together. So just like so. Just skip the wire, right? And I'm gonna pull, and it's gonna bring this together like so, okay. And here I'm gonna just finish it off together. And I'm gonna finish it off right here with a knot. I'm doing it. Just one knot. I don't need more than that. Okay. And also, if I can, you know, there's gonna be a tiny little opening. Squeeze a little bit of hot glue in there because I want this to glue to the wire. Okay. To glue to the wire. And now what I'm gonna do is this overlay of the ear. I'm gonna glue here. Okay. Here's my. Let me see. Did I do? Yeah. This way. Yeah, this way. So this is gonna go like this, you guys. So this is how my ear is gonna go. So I'm gonna add the hot glue on these. Now you can embellish these touches of foam some more, guys. You can add some rip rack around it. You can add some kind of trim around this piece. Make it look a little bit prettier. That's up to you. Me, I'm just gonna leave it basic like this, okay? Now this, if you want to bend them, guys, if you want to fold this, you can. You would just, after it cools, you can bring this, put your hand on top so the wires on the sides don't move, okay? And this section, you can bend it. Okay, it can look like so, okay? So you can bend it as much as you like, as much as, yeah. Okay, and you can leave one like that, or you can bend the other side too. You play around and see what you like or what you don't, okay? But that's normally how I would do mine. Okay, something like that. Now, let's go ahead and start putting this piece together. Here, guys, I'm going to add wire too because I need to connect the head with this tiny body, okay? So the way I'm going to do it is I need something to give it strength so this face or head will not be moving around, won't be wobbly, okay? So again, I'm going to rely on my wire. Super cute. Yes, he's super cute, super adorable. So this is gonna be long enough, guys, for the for the for the for the body and the head. Okay. So and then you're gonna have folds. Remember, we're gonna do a fold just like how we did for the feet, right? So I'm gonna start with this part first, like so. So that's my fold. Make sure that this is straight or somewhat straight. And right here on the top, I'm gonna cut a slit, small opening, not big, okay? Just a small opening. See, you can barely see it. With my scissors, I'm gonna cut through the polyfill because this is stuffed very well. And if I just, this is bent, and if I try to squeeze this, the polyfill inside is gonna fight me. So this is how I resolve that problem, to stick it without any issues, okay? So you're gonna stick it all the way down. And right here, I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. Once it's in, okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue here. And I'm gonna push this together because I wanna make sure that that fabric is gonna glue to that, is gonna glue well to this wire, because if I don't glue it, what's gonna happen is when I put this inside the bunny's head, it's gonna move around. Okay, it's gonna be moving upside down. I mean up and down. And so I don't want that. So if I glue it, then I'm gonna prevent this wire from moving. Okay, which is what I want. Okay. I don't see any more comments. Guys, if you can help me, please, by sharing my video, that would be awesome, friends. Thank you. Let me see if I can refresh this, guys. Give me a minute. Okay. Oh, that's my story. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I see it. Okay. All right, guys. So now allow for cooling time, right? Now we cannot wait here too long because we're live, but when you're working on these projects by yourself, make sure that you give cooling time to all the pieces when they need it, okay? All right, so now I need to decide, this is the hole where I'm gonna stick this, okay? It's gonna go like that, and I need to see where this is gonna go. I want it the closest I can to the tip of the head, okay? So I'm gonna go a little bit over because I'm gonna fold, remember? Okay, like so. And then I'm gonna fold this right here, okay? So this is how it's gonna be, all right? And once again, I'm gonna measure it again and see if maybe I'm not leaving it too big. Yeah, a little big. So I'm going to fold it a little bit more. Okay, I'm not gonna cut it. I'm just gonna fold it a little bit more. Right there. Okay. Okay, so that's more like what I want. Okay. So the whole idea when we glue this, guys, is I want part of this neck, okay, to be kind of being support for this part of the head of the bunny. Okay, so this part of the bunny right here, I want it to be leaning or staying on top of this part of the neck right here. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna cut through the polyfill too here. Now I gotta be careful. I cannot cut all the way here because remember we have the thread, but just as much as I can here without cutting through that because then it will come undone. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this in there. All right. And so you see how pretty this looks already, you guys? Okay. Now, before I commit to adding any any glue, guys. I want to make sure that I have a good fit, that this feels comfortable, and that I have enough room there for this to sit, okay? Which I do, okay? And so now I'm gonna add my glue, okay? So I'm gonna add a little bit to this neck, okay? Because the bunny will be sitting there. I'm gonna bring this back. I'm gonna apply some pressure there. And on the back, I'm gonna add some glue too. I want a little bit glue inside, and I want a little bit of glue on that little line of the neck, so this fabric can go over like that. Now remember what I was telling you earlier about allowing for cooling time? Now this is the time for that. This is what you would allow your cooling time, okay? Because remember, this is Sherpa fabric too, and it's textured, so you want to give it enough time so the glue works nicely and it starts solidifying on that, or yeah, hardening on it. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and start working on gluing these legs also, and we can pin them if we need to. Okay. So basically, what this is gonna go like that, and this is gonna go like that. Okay. Each leg is gonna go like that. This is what it's gonna look like. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glue here. I'm gonna stand my bunny, and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna pin this, okay? So that way I don't lose track of it. So I don't have to worry about holding this while I am working on other things. So the other leg, same process, okay? Same process. Sit your doll on the table to make sure that you have enough, a good grab of what you're trying to do. Okay, here, I'm gonna pin it again. Okay. And remember, this is when you want to let those things rest. Not too bad we cannot do it right now because, we're live, but you want to allow for cooling time, okay? And so your doll should be sitting, okay, without any problems. And it will get better once everything cools and that hot glue hardens, okay? So in the meantime, just bear with it, okay? All right. So now we're gonna do exactly the same thing with the arms. Okay, now I added wire to the arms, right? So I can bend them, see? That's why I like adding wire. So, but same process that we did with the legs, we're gonna do with these arms, okay? These are gonna go here. And I'm gonna add. Now, if you feel like after you have glued, okay, that is still like a little loose or something, because remember, this is Sherpa fabric. It's different. So you can do a couple of stitches manually, okay? Or if you just want to completely do stitches without the gluing, you can do that too, okay? So that's no problem. That's no problem. Okay, and I'm gonna pin this again. Okay, so now it's somewhat pinned. Now remember, all this is still fresh, so you're gonna have to bear with it until it's actually all cool. Okay, but that's how she's looking. It's sitting This is what she's looking like, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about the ears, okay? Now on the back, on each one of these. Now these are way too long. I'm gonna cut some, okay? Because if you look at it from behind, it's almost the whole head, right? Almost the whole head. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little bit, not much though, because I do still want it to be long, okay? I'm gonna put this so I can have kind of like around the same length on both, or close to the same length. Okay, and so right behind it, right behind the seams of it, okay, I'm gonna cut an opening. That's one. Here's the other one. We're not gonna do very large openings, guys, okay? And we're gonna work our way through it, okay? Okay, and I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue in there. Now you can also cut through it a little bit. Now remember, don't go too deep because we don't want to cut the thing that we did for the eyes, okay? So be mindful of where you're cutting, okay? All right. So I think that right there is looking good, guys, okay? So I'm gonna squirt a little bit of hot glue in there. And very quickly, I'm gonna squeeze this ear in there. Push hard because once you put the hot glue in there, guys, it can fight you a little bit. So, and right here where it's touching the fabric, I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue there too. And then on the sides, guys, I'm gonna do a stitch in there. And why am I stitching it? Because these are long ears, you guys. And remember, this is Sherpa. It's texture. So it's possible that because of the way that you're carrying with the ears and the wire and all that stuff, the texture of the Sherpa gets in the way when you're gluing. So it helps if you secure them a little bit more with a couple of stitches, okay? Okay, right there. And so I'm just gonna do my last knot here. And here, I don't care if the knot is gonna be seen because I'm gonna put a piece of boa there, okay? So I'm okay with it. Now I'm gonna repeat that same process. You can put another stitch here on this other side, but I think it's gonna be okay. All right, so on this other side, I'm gonna repeat the whole process that I did on this one, okay? So I'm gonna cut a little bit through the polyfill, making sure I don't go all the way through the thread, making sure that this is all the way in where it's supposed to be, which it is. Oh, look at how cute he's looking. Okay, so I think it's good. Uh, let me poke this a little bit more because I think it bites me a little bit. I'm gonna try again. So the wire needs to fit in there comfortably, okay? If it fights you, you need to make sure that you get a more comfortable fit in there, okay? Which I think is better now, okay? So I'm gonna squirt a little bit of the hot glue again. And we're gonna put this back in here real quick. I'm gonna push your wire in there. And so now it is, okay? And now here, just like how we did with the other one, in between these two fabrics, I want a little bit of hot glue, like so. Push this down, and I'm gonna stitch it again. So again, the stitch is just to help it, to help with the weight, and make sure that I'm not. This is uneven. Let me cut it and do it again. Okay, better. All right. So right on here, I'm gonna grab a little bit of both of my Sherpa fabrics, the ear and the face, and I want to secure this ear a little bit better. not the nose, not the nose. Okay, like so. So I'm gonna finish up my stitch here. And I'll cut it. All right. And if you want, you can do this other side, okay? But so now I have my bunny, it's standing, and now I can play a little bit with the ears. I can separate them a little bit if I want to, okay? Or if I like the way they are, I just leave them like that, okay? So it's standing good. This is what it's looking like from the front, okay? Now let's go ahead and accessorize this a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a bow here right under his neck or her neck, whatever you want it, whatever you want it to be. I'm gonna use this one from Dollar Tree. This is a very simple ribbon. And then we'll just stick with these little things, or maybe we can give it. I found this at Dollar Tree. Look at how cute. Maybe we can put some on his ears too. So let's go ahead and play around with this ribbon. So what do you think? Are you liking it? Oh, thank you, Debbie. He's gonna turn fabulous. When you start working on this cute little boy, guys, or girl, you're gonna love it. It's super cute. And as you see, it's not complicated to make, is it? What do you say? Do you find it hard to make? I don't think it is. Okay. So I'm gonna make 4 loops, 2 small and 2 medium. And I'm gonna secure it with a pipe cleaner. I can find a little piece somewhere. Okay, the pipe cleaner here. See, like that. Before I finish it, maybe a little bit more even on each side. Look, simple bow, right? Nothing complicated. Simple. The face, Sharon. The face is adorable. This is what catches the attention of your customers, guys, or whoever you're gonna give this to. That face is the soul of your doll, guys. It's that first impression. It's the make it or break it, okay? So right there, I'm gonna put that little bow there. So a little bit of hot glue on the back. It's gonna go right there. These you can cut them shorter if you want, or you can glue them like so on each side. So that's really up to you. I'm gonna leave them short. I'm not gonna keep them long. Okay. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And then here I'm gonna put a little flower. Okay. And I'm gonna use what colors? Well, if I can do, let's do purple again. So I'm a lilac one, right? So I'm gonna do a lilac. I could do also pink to have pink all over, but I said we need a little bit of contrast, right? Oops, a little bit of contrast. You can also use buttons, you guys. You can give this guy some buttons, and they can look super cute. I've used buttons before, and they just add a little cute look to it. So you see this, guys? See what I'm seeing? So 1, 2, and then one final one. 3, like that, okay? Okay. So look at is he cute or what? Okay. So now let's say that on here, I'm gonna fold it a little bit more, bend it, and then I'm gonna maybe use some of this these cute little butterflies, right? If I can get this out. Maybe I can do a yellow, a pink. Which one would be nicer, you guys? Maybe a blue one to go with something like that. Like that. No, I'm not sure I like it. Or maybe on the ear like so. On the nose. No, the nose too much. I'm gonna leave it out. I don't think it's needed. I don't like how it looks. Maybe a bigger one with more color, more real than just like a sticker would be nicer. Okay. But this, guys, is what is he's looking like, okay? So if we stand him up, okay, we can bring his arms towards the front like the other one was. We can separate the ears a little bit more if we want. Remember, these are wired. They can go anywhere we tell it to go, okay? Let me balance this bunny out a little bit better. And I think he is good. This will go to the front. And there you have it. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you the front. So that's what the back looks like. Okay, I have to clean my things. I'm not gonna remove the pins until it's completely dry, which I bet you anything still it still feels warm. Okay, so but here's our bunny, you guys. What do you think? Now, oh, the boa. I need a boa. Hold on. Let's do the hair. The hair is super easy, and I think it's important too. You can use white or you can use pink. You know, if you want to have fun with some color, okay, you definitely could. Oh, look, pink looks beautiful, okay. On the other one, I use white. See, look at how pretty. So I guess it depends. If you want to make it a girl, you can give her, you can give her pink, okay. So it would look something like so. Oh, he looks so cute. And you can also do the whole face. So you can do more of the face, like so, around the ears. You will have to glue it a little bit higher, okay? But I'm just gonna do what I did with the other one, which is white, okay? Just cut a piece of the boa. Doesn't have to be very much. It's not a large piece. I don't think it was it? No, it's not a large piece. I just did it in the front, right on top. See? Like right here. So with my cutters, I'm gonna use right here on top a little bit of hot glue. And this will go right on top of that glue, like so. I don't want it to cover my eye, so I need to be careful with how uh, this arm, this, this leg, I think I need to do a stitch in that leg. All right. So, and there you have it, friends. What do you think? So there's the bunny. Come on, Mr. Leggy. Let me to go on top. Yes, like that. Yes, like that. Like that. I need to wait for that to cool more. Okay, so there's the bunny, guys. What do you say? Butterfly. Oh, yeah, it could be. Let's see. I didn't try the finger, did I? What? Can you be seen? You cannot even see it. How about the foot? Like that. I'm not sure I like it. But anyway, you play around, okay? You play around with it and see what you like and what you don't. Maybe you can have other embellishments. Maybe you can add a carrot for him to hold, maybe an Easter egg, you know, colorful eggs, or maybe a little sign with Easter or whatever, spring, whatever the situation is, whatever you wanted to say. But yeah, anything. It could be just about anything. You give it whatever makes you happy. Okay. So, and there you have it, guys. There's our bunny for tonight. So on Friday, if I can, if not the weekend, I'm gonna release our next project. That project is gonna be for spring slash Easter. It could still be Easter, but it's definitely a spring project. It's a no-so project. Hi, Sherry. Hey, Marsha. It is precious. It is adorable. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I really love the Sherpa. I think it gives it a different vibe, don't you think? Like a different look, a different feel, like regular. Like I feel like the other fabrics would make it. Obviously, he would look cute, but I think the Sherpa really gives him something pretty, something more unique. I think. So, but let me bring my other project, guys, so you can see what's coming next. Okay, I should have brought it with me before I started my life. But this guy is super cute. I really hope you like him as much as I do. It's a no-sew project, and I am hoping to release it on Friday. But if not, I'll let you know for sure when. So, are you ready? I always have fun showing you stuff. So, are you ready to see? Yeah, I think definitely bigger, Sharon. I think that's what happens. Those are too small. Maybe they would have been good on the bow or something, but I think for a more impact, probably a little bit larger one. Okay, so let me show you. This is going to be our next project. Okay, this is a no-sew project. This is perfect for wreaths if you are a wreath designer. If you make these things for sale or to sell, this can be a cute project for you to work on. This will be a no-sew project. I might release something similar, but in a sewing version. Okay. So what do you think of this guy? Tell me. Look at how adorable he looks. Let's see if I can make this closer, you guys. Oh, too close. Too close. Oh, right there. Oh, look at how cute he looks. The other way, loose. He's adorable. He's just hatching out. He's ready to party. He's ready to be part of your collection. So you can keep on having more fun with these characters. So this will be a no-sew project. Now remember, these things could also be used as a sewing project. You would have to adapt some of the overlays, but it definitely can be done. So, well, I really hope that you had fun tonight, friends. Baby shower. Yes, this can be cute for a baby shower, for a party shower, for a big centerpiece, like a party centerpiece, spring or child's or baby shower or any of those themes. Spring with maybe more, maybe a couple of these boy and girl or something could work. And I've been having chickens in my mind, like, yeah, like hens or something. But I figure that this little dude would probably do it for our next project. And then we're going to be moving on to bees and ladybugs and stuff like that. Okay. So, but let me know if you like it enough for you to be getting a pattern on this. I was thinking on going live on Friday, but I have yet to confirm that. Okay. I will let you know for sure if I am doing it or not. Okay. So if you are just joining us tonight, guys, this is the project that we just finished. And this will be our next project that we will be working hopefully on Friday. I will confirm, okay, and let you know as soon as I have the pattern ready to go so you can go purchase it if you wish to do so, okay? So this pattern right now is available in my Etsy shop. If you look in the description of this video, you will be able to see a link to it where you can go buy it, and it's an immediate download. As soon as you purchase it, you can download your pattern, okay? It's a digital PDF file what you're buying. It's not the actual bunny, but it's the pattern for you to make your own, okay, friends? So, on the shelf, which one, Sandra? Oh, I'm glad that you're asking, Sandra. Let me talk to you about something else real quick, guys. Okay, I gotta say this. Which bunny? Are you talking about that which bunny? I have three bunnies. I have this bunny. This bunny, we made this already, and this is available in the shop too. This pattern is available in the shop. Okay, we this is the first um, design that we did this month. Okay, that's how I released on my combat. This one we made it in our pattern of the month club. This is a very pretty design too. Super cute. Look at that little girl. She comes with her dress and her bow. Okay. So this one we made inside the pattern of the month club. And then this one, I did not release this because I gotta tell you something. I had different people asking me about these bunnies, but this pattern, guys, I released something like this already. So if you look in my shop, type in bunnies, you're gonna find a pattern that comes in three different sizes. That is this here. It's not exactly, but it's very similar, almost the same. Okay. It's the same thing. The only difference is how I embellish the ears. Instead of using felt fabric, I use foam sheets. Okay, but it's the same. Okay, you can try that. This is a quick centerpiece that I did using a wooden box from Dollar Tree. I embellished it a little bit and I added the flowers. I put some foam in the center. I added the flowers. I added a pig to each one of these bunnies and I glued it. Okay. I inserted them in the foam. And so this is how this was done. But for those of you that were asking about this pattern, this is already available in my Etsy shop. Okay. Go look in my shop and type in bunnies and you're gonna see all the bunnies that I have available. You're gonna find a pattern there that has three sizes. Okay, you use that pattern to create this. The only difference is that I use foam sheets on the ears instead of fabric, and I gave it resin eyes. The ones that you see there are with a black bead eyes. Okay, you don't have to use those. You can use the resin eyes and you're gonna change immediately the look of your bunny to this. Okay. But as far as the look, the structure of the shape, it's already there. Okay. So you'll be able to see it there. If you want to make your own centerpiece, if you want to make your own bunnies like this, go check out that pattern there. You'll be able to have it there. Okay. It's a 3-piece file, 3 different sizes, if I'm not mistaken, and you can use it for that. So, hey Jojo, how are you? Jojo, I need to chit chat with you. All right. Okay, Sandra, did I answer your question? The one with the droopy ears? Oh yeah, that was for the pattern of the month. We did that inside the pattern of the month club. We did. Look, I have it in two different colors. I have it in that color, which is the purple, and I have it in this one, pink. See how pretty? This pattern is different from that other one. But my ladies that are in my group, they can also make this, guys. You can also make this same bunny, this pattern to make it in that. That's a little bit bigger though. It's definitely bigger. Some pieces are completely, the body's completely different. The fabric, but if you don't want to get that one, I mean, I want you to, but if you don't have to, uh, you can use this same pattern and just change the fabric to Sherpa fabric. Okay. But this one we created inside our private group. This bunny we made inside our private paid group. That's where it came from. Okay. All right, friends. So I think that's all I needed to say. So unless you have questions for you, I mean, you have questions for me. It's late, friends. It's late. So what do you say? What do you say, friends? Oh, thank you, Jojo. I need to contact you there. I need to send you a message. All right. Well, I think Jojo is the last comment I'm seeing, you guys. Unless my Facebook is not fitting, or unless you are quiet and you're not saying anything else. Let me refresh it just in case before I let you go. Oh, okay, okay. Now I see more questions. Okay, do you have pattern for? Okay, I answered that. Then Sandra's asking again, the one with the droopy ears. Okay, yes, that one. Could I get the pattern if I join? Sandra, let me tell you, you not only get that one, you get everything else. So when you join the group, you're gonna have a one-time payment of $50, which I need to change it. But you're gonna pay a one-time fee of $50 to join. That will give you access to all the patterns there, and then you're gonna pay 25 per month after that, unless you cancel. Okay, but that's what you're gonna see. We work both. We work no sew items, and we also do sewing. Now, I do have to say that we do a lot more sewing, or we have more time doing sewing items than the no sew. The no sew, I recently changed that because some of my ladies were asking for it. Um, but you're gonna find we have, guys, I have seen that we have the other day that I'm still working on downloading all my videos there because of the new changes for Facebook. So we have over 134 different patterns there, over 134 different patterns and tutorials in that group. So it's a lot to choose from. You can find a lot of different things, whether it's bunnies, bees, St. Patrick's, Independence Day, plenty of Christmas, spring, random items. We do sculpted faces there, so you find full body dolls that are very elaborate. So it's a little bit of everything in there. So we have flamingos, we have penguins too, we have plenty of cows and pigs and bees and ladybugs and what else do we have, guys? Help me out. Cats, mouse, a mouse set, or maybe more. Maybe one for sure. We have Halloween witches, ghosts, pumpkins. I mean, we have all sorts of things in there, guys. So we have plenty for you guys to get busy. I like doing the sewing patterns. I'm in the UK. Okay, Sandra. Well, you're gonna have plenty of sewing patterns there. And then, like I said, until recently, by recently I mean within the last few months, maybe I'll say what, guys, within the last year, maybe we have been doing both sew and no sew items. It's 2 designs per month, you guys. Okay, 2 designs per month, and I do give you bonuses sometimes. So you get a lot of perks in there. You also get discounts on things that I sell on Etsy that are not part of the membership group. But if you are part of the membership group, you get a 15% discount on anything that I do outside of that room, of that group. Okay. So as a member, you get a 50% discount on things that I release that are not related to the membership group. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Holly. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Steph. Bees, yes, we have bees, different types of bees. Tons of gingerbreads too. All righty, friends. Well, I think that will take care of us at least for today, right? So I'm gonna download this video and it's gonna go to YouTube. By the way, guys, you've been doing an awesome job. I'm at 800 and something subscribers. I need to reach 1,000, guys. I'm almost there. So if you have not done it, help me out. Go to my YouTube channel and go subscribe because I'm gonna be uploading all my videos there. Okay, I'm going slow because Gotta worry about the ones for the group too and uploading and then coding. It's a lot of work just from one person. But eventually you will get all done. I need it because all this is gonna go away. But I do have a YouTube channel where you can go and rewatch my videos once they are gone from here. Okay, so help me out if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be awesome. Okay, all right, friends. Well, then let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much. It was great again to be here and designing for you and with you and for you to do my pretties. And I will keep on bringing more and hopefully you like them to buy them. And next week, announcing too, next week I'm going to do a live sale. So one of you was asking the other day, I mean, forever. So Kathy, I think, or Catherine. So, but I'm going to be finally having a live sale of all the pretties I have. And so if you are wanting to get your hands on any of these cute things, get ready. Okay, I'm going to do a live sale next week. I'll confirm time and date for that. Okay. So have a wonderful evening, friends. Take care. Good night. Rest well, be blessed, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay. Good night.